I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Football magazine. Today I'm joined by Paul James from the Gepps Cross Football Club in Division 3, and he's our feature coach of the week. So Paul, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up playing football?
I grew up playing footy in Melbourne, down Dandenong way. So I played all my juniors out there and under 19s, and then joined the military and moved all around the country from there. So I played, in most states at the moment.
Okay, how did you find playing in different areas of the country?
It was pretty good. I miss the fact that I don't have a home club to go back to, and that camaraderie that you get with a certain group. But I spent before I came here, I spent 12 years in Canberra and was with the club for a while there. So I sort of have that kind of with them.
Yeah, and with Canberra Football, I've heard that it's come a long way over the last decade because football wasn't played there as much in the past. Has it come a long way? Have you seen a development over there?
Yeah, it has. I mean, when I first moved to Canberra, it was Canberra Division, and it was just the local teams. And then obviously they started the NEFL up, and all the Canberra sides went in that, and a couple dropped out. Obviously in 2012, I was fortunate enough to be a part of a premiership in the NEFL, so that was really good. And now that's changed a little bit as well. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good standard.
Okay, how did you become a coach? What led you to become interested in coaching, I guess?
I was in Melbourne at the RAF base down there, and they had a side on the base. I was only in my early 20s, I think, and no one stuck their hand up, so I did, and sort of it's been hell on since then.
Yeah. And how do you find coaching compared to playing? Obviously, if you're in your 20s, I'm assuming you played and coached at the same time. How do you find being out on the field and being able to control things and then not having the control?
That's the old thing, you can't play when you're older, so I still want to compete in some way, shape or form, but you have those moments when you see players doing things on the ground, you think, I could do that better than them, and then you remember how old and slow you are now, and you think, oh, maybe not so much. But, playing's awesome, playing's really good, but, coaching's more mental.
Yeah. And you mentioned you were involved in a premiership at NEFL level. How do you take that experience into your coaching?
Well, you learn a lot at that level, obviously, travelling around and playing against good sides, the AFL reserve grade sides like Brisbane and Gold Coast and the Swans and so forth. And you build up a pretty good rapport with those coaches, and you learn some things from them. But also, like with the Gepps guys, particularly last year, I tried to get into them that, people said that we didn't have big names and everything else. And when we won that premiership at Queanbeyan in 2012, we were playing against guys that are AFL listed, big names now. And we had, one player that had ever been on a list in AFL, and we still managed to get up and win a flag. So anything's possible if you believe and if you have a crack at it.
Yeah. And what are some of your biggest coaching philosophies, I guess? What are some of the challenges you've faced, and what have you learnt from that and brought into your coaching?
I think one of the biggest things that I've brought into it is that, when you play finals footies, it's all about defence and it's one-on-one pressure. So we try and, be really good defensively throughout the course of the year, so that if you are fortunate enough to get there at the end, you don't have to work on that and change things up too much. But it's also about, enjoying the footy as well at this level. It is kind of social, even though some blokes get paid for it. It is kind of social, so you still want to have that level of enjoyment. But in the end, it's a game. But some of us take it pretty seriously too. So
that is true. We'll move on to the club now. Are there any club sponsors you'd like to mention that help the club run on a Saturday?
Yeah, I would. I'll read them off a list because there's quite a few here.
Don't worry.
So Fairmont Homes is one of our major sponsors. Highlander Hotel, Customised Pest Control, BGC Industrial Cleaning, Grove Auto Repairs, Rick Corbett Mechanical Repairs, GNS Property Services, Ace of Clubs Apparel, Carrera Kitchens, Pace Cleaning Services. There we go.
There you go. So get down to Salisbury, Gepps Cross Footy Club, we're at Salisbury today. Gepps Cross Footy Club, and see these boys play. Thank you, Paul. I'm Todd Lewis from Fiasco Sports, reporting for the SA Football magazine. I've been joined by Paul James from the Gepps Cross Football Club in Division 3, and he's our feature coach of the week.